Mostly in my experience with the customers I'm working with, what we're seeing right now is group travel from Chinese visitors. So they're coming in, not necessarily via Scotland, but they're coming into London and making huge trips. That itinerary will involve a day or two in Scotland, but mostly in groups and often staying in Chinese-owned hotels. So an awful lot of the accommodation providers aren't seeing terribly much of the Chinese visitors at the moment, but we know that there is a big move towards free independent travel from much younger Chinese visitors who are digital savvy, they're rich, they've perhaps been educated overseas already. They'll come to this country, they'll stay longer and they'll spend more. And today, we've been trying to raise awareness of that in advance of that happening. We normally count international visitors through international passenger numbers. But as most of the Chinese visitors aren't flying directly, because we unfortunately don't have a direct flight with China to Scotland at the moment, the novel approach we took was we know the attraction that Edinburgh will have, being our capital city, and we know the Chinese love castles. So we've looked at the number of Chinese visitors over the last few years coming through the turnstiles at Edinburgh Castle, and that shows quite a different picture to the international passenger numbers. So the figures there, in 2013 we had 50,000 Chinese visitors, in 2014 it was 100,000, and last year 150,000. So that gave us the evidence we needed to start rolling out these awareness briefings. And that was difficult today because we don't want to raise expectations that we can work with every business in Scotland on a one-to-one basis. But for those businesses, larger businesses who are really ambitious about their growth, and we have to be selective in that way, as I say, we can't work with everybody, then we will work on a one-to-one basis. And one of the case study speakers today upstairs, Frida from Jacobite Cruises, is just talking about the support she's received from Visit Scotland and Scottish Development International to help grow her business. And we're doing that across many Scottish tourism businesses, the larger businesses. We tend to do a lot of one-to-group sessions like this and on other subjects to try and cover off a larger volume of tourism businesses, because in Scotland the nature of tourism is that a lot of the businesses are small. I think there's some quick wins we could do across the destination. A lot of myself, and it was echoed by other speakers today, about the need for translation. There's probably some simple things we can do. The Visit Britain China Welcome information. There's lots of good information out there that could be used. You just need to know where to tap into it. The Visit Scotland website has good information for accommodation providers as well. Well, why China, why now? And the reason we're doing it is it's in response to the customer demand. As I say, I am working one-to-one with a lot of the larger companies in Edinburgh and Glasgow, and more when I'm out there, the conversation turns to, we had this group of Chinese visitors in, we made a complete mess of it, we didn't understand this, there's these cultural faux pas. There's a demand for that level of information, hence the reason we've gone away, we've done some research, and I think the public sector is often criticised for sitting on the research that they've done. We don't want to do that, so we're trying to share it in a very practical way that people can take away today and use within their businesses.